What are some peptides that will help with acne, acne scarring, even fine lines and wrinkles? And to be honest, there are so many different kinds of peptides that will really help with acne, even cystic acne, but here are my top fan favorites coming from a girl who is very acne prone. The first one that really takes the cake for me is GHKCU. And if you do not know, the CU in GHKCU stands for copper. And to be honest, GHKCU wears a ton of different hats. It's actually a natural antimicrobial which fights off bad bacteria, which causes acne. It is also really helpful when it comes to wound healing, and it is also a natural anti-inflammatory. And just to get a little nerdy about it, GHKCU actually reduces these pro-inflammatory cytokines. Cytokines are chemical messengers that actually respond to cystic acne, which makes them red, really inflamed, and honestly really painful. So by supplementing something like GHKCU, you are really increasing your anti-inflammatory properties, fighting off those cytokines that are just nasty and pesky, which really causes cystic acne, which therefore allows us to have better cell turnover, really heal our skin, and be able to really help with acne scarring. And to be honest, that is one singular component about GHKCU. There are so many amazing things, including the skin barrier, really helping with wound healing, and then obviously those antimicrobial benefits as well. If you guys want to know more information about that, please just let me know. I'm super happy to dive even deeper into GHKCU. Moving on to the next peptide that I would really gravitate towards, especially if I was dealing with acne, anti-aging, fine lines, and wrinkles, would have to be KPV. KPV is such an underrated peptide. I have talked about this one in the early stages of my journey, and I wish more people knew more about it. I'm going to educate you guys in less than 60 seconds about KPV. KPV is a short peptide fragment that is derived from a hormone called alpha melanocyte stimulating hormone. And KPV is actually made up of 3 different amino acids, which is called a tripeptide, which is lysine, proline, and valine, which are the last 3 hormones in the alpha melanocyte stimulating hormone. To be honest, KPV is well loved for its antimicrobial benefits, so as we talked about those cytokines, it actually targets those as well, very similarly to GHKCU, which helps overall with inflammation, redness, and irritation. What I really love about KPV, especially when it comes to the skin, is it actually helps repair the skin barrier. But I'm sure you have the same question, how does it actually work, and how does KPV really help with the skin barrier? KPV actually interacts with a receptor that is called melanocortin, specifically working with keratinocytes as well as immune cells. And stick with me here, keratinocytes are what make your epidermis, which is the outer layer of your skin. And what's cool about keratinocytes is that they recycle themselves every 28 days, which makes total sense and why you actually hear in the health and wellness space that your skin turns over every 28 days, which is actually your keratinocytes, and they are working to help build, repair, and strengthen your outer skin barrier. And to be honest, it is so fascinating to me. I find it to be so cool when we pair the 2 things together, noticing that KPV really helps working alongside with keratinocytes as well as fighting off cytokines, very similar to something like GHKCU. So it's really cool to understand how GHKCU and even KPV can work alongside each other. Even though their roles are just a little bit different, their end goal is very much the same. And to be honest, there are so many amazing things when it comes to KPV alone that aren't just about acne, but even gut and gut properties. And if you guys want to know more information about that, I can definitely break that down for you too. But there's a little inside scoop into my top 2 fave peps that I would implement, especially if I was dealing with acne, cystic acne, just really inflamed skin in general, and even anti-aging properties. As always, I am so happy to help, and I am always happy that you are here.